Final call. Peter Obi last dance. Nigeria last shot at change. That's a mouthful. This is the last call that when I was in the United States of America, the Nation of Islam under Honorable Louis Farrakhan had a magazine that they call Last Call. And they distribute it to all minority community in my area, South Dallas, where I was living. Okay, I am calling this video Last Call. Obi Last Dance. Nigeria last shot at change. That's the title. That's if you are interested in that, what I just say now, don't hesitate to kind of stay with me for a few minutes and then soak the information in. But let me not deceive you by telling you that if you are like me, who is looking to make Nigeria work, then we should support each other one way or the other. How do we support each other? I have a deficit of a subscriber and also have a deficit of how many hours I need to watch. I am not desperate at having the subscriber, nor am I desperate at having the watch hours, because as I will tell you straight to your face, I don't have to do this. I'm not being a braggart. I don't have to do this because I was bundled back from America when my back was against the wall over there. Then they told me, Uncle, go back to Nigeria. We will take care of you. And they are taking care of me. But then, because when I went there, the only reason I went there was because I wanted to overcome my bottleneck. Because I was able to overcome the bottleneck over there and became well-informed and have what you call a world view, have the power to be able to make Nigeria work during our lifetime. I'm back now and I'm speaking to power. I have everything that makes Obi to be who he is. Me and Obi were one and the same thing. I can't say that about Asiwaju. I cannot say that about Trump. And I cannot say that about Netanyahu. I cannot say that about Elon Musk. I cannot say that about Putin. These are people who, for one reason or the other, in my never humble opinion, don't have no affinity for the betterment of those who they consider to be the street urchins. They are only interested in those who are the bourgeoisies who are at the top. So the reason I'm saying this is because I am back now and I'm asking you to give me subscription. Why do I have to go through all this? It's because of how important it is. I want to have this channel to go via so that if there is anything that I'm sending out there, it will land your mailbox. And when it lands your mailbox, then you'll be able to know the next, and the next. So my video for today is pretty straightforward. One, I am saying that this is Obi's last chance. And that's going to be my first point and I want to make. And that point, I'm going to drive it home by telling you now that we know of the Biafra war. Even Obi himself is in a denial when it comes to saying that he's an Igbo man and he's running as an Igbo man because he wants to be able to run as a Nigerian. You can't blame him for that. But For me, who is affinity was towards the Igbo people because my end of my father's side came from the Igbo side, which means our road leads to Asaba, to Onitsha, to Enugu, Calabar, and stuff like that. So I have this innermost built up of having to be sympathetic with the Easterners without me knowing. I am just finding out now. That's the reason why I was very, very unhappy with the way the Nigerian Civil War turned out, where there was a lot of slaughtering of the Igbo abstraction. Okay? Let me stop there by saying that at this point in time, Obi has 4 years. His antecedent says that he can be able to deliver. It's not that he really wanted 4 years, but the thing is that the zoning has now come to the south, and he is up against time to go against Ashewaju for 4 years, and he wants to grab that 4 years to see that the Southerners have done 4 years to the west and 4 years to the east. You can't blame him for that. But for that reason, he's 65 years old. He's the most qualified. He falls into the same category with Obama. The way Obama came out of nowhere, Kenya's father, from Alaska or something like that. On the long run, he was able to pull it off because he knew and he was smart and he outsmarted the white man. Obi has the same antecedents, and he's not corrupt. He's not a liar. He's not what to call it. He's big on women. He's big on youths. I don't want to give all this message, but he has something that can be of disadvantage to him, which is this 4 years that he's asking for. By the end of this 4 years, the table is going to turn to the north. If he cannot get it, Igbo people will have to wait another 4 plus 12, 4 plus 8 equals 12 years. They're going to have to wait for 12 years to be able to reach the next level. Obi will be 77 years old at that time, which works against him. So I'm calling this a last call because if he does not, if we don't, I'm calling out the obedient, I'm calling out the Kwakwasoya, I'm calling out the women, I'm calling out the well-meaning voters in Nigeria, the most important part of the whole thing, the voters who are disenfranchised with the last 8 years and the past 3 years that has caused this country into what you call a despair. So let us know, and I want you to know, this is the last chance an Igbo man has to be able to get into that presidency. We're fortunate to have him as not different from Obama, who has been at the right place, the right time, at the right hour, and he came into office. And there was no drama during his time. There was no war during his time. He did what he did, and he ran out of there. To the point where the current administration, what I call blowhard, has been in competition with him, and is still in competition with him to the present time. To the point that he's even saying, I want to be able to get the, what do you call the Swedish Nobel laureate, Nobel Prize for peace that he got. He doesn't. I mean, let us just say the last. What happened in the past 96 hours will beat your mind. And I'm going to break it down for you. One, Balogun ordinarily will not be accepted as an American based on Trump's immigration issue that he has been doing in America, there, killing people and stuff like that, buying people, if I may use the word in parentheses. But the thing is, he was in America and the fan wanted him to play for America and they were able to convince him, the fan base. On the long run, he then signed up and played for America. When he goofed, he's of Nigerian descent, when he goofed and he had a red card, what's his name? Blowhard went in and railed down on Torrenino. To instead of suspending him, they now allow him to play the last game, even though he did not win. And reliable sources have just come in now that Torrenino is trying to have a FFE custodian in the World Cup arena where there will be what you call a venture capital company that will be running side by side with the FIFA. That even when he's not in office next time, he will be the president of that company. And he's using Jared, which is the son-in-law to Trump, to be the one that would run the venture capital memorandum, the unsecured debenture that will allow that company to stand alone. So we are looking at this blowhard's hand in everything, and everything he has put his hand into has been very, very destructive to humanity. So I have categorically said that gerrymandering in America is what is destroying America in terms of what you call the political redistricting that they are doing in America, which is the same thing this is going to be my second point. My second point is INEC versus Ramanda. INEC has prepositioned the January 16th presidential election to be when the Northerners are going to be fasting. And the weather there is going to be hot. So he's trying to discourage the Northerners from coming to the poll. For him to do that, INEC has put that election in a hard condition, and this is by design another way of interfering with the internal democracy in Nigeria. I want to put that up there. So having said all that now, and I think if you don't know, my name is Ogesoba Idada. I am well informed. I have my difficult life that I lived, but it didn't feel difficult to me because I was born into a very humble family, but had a little bit of birth defect, which I didn't pick up on, which makes my education to be a little bit difficult. But if my dad was alive, I would have gone into business. I would have already been one of the richest men in the whole world right now. Because the richest man in the whole world is from Africa, which is Elon Musk, which I categorize Elon Musk, Blowhard, Putin, Bibi, which is Netanyahu. I consider all of them to be not interested in men or young people like Obi is interested in. I'm going to wind it up there because I don't want to go too far away today. But the bottom line here is that this is the last call for Obi. This is the last call for him. If he doesn't win, then Nigeria will be set back to the Stone Age. It almost happened during Obama's time. First time he came in, the Southern Poverty League were following the footsteps of the white supremacists who were dog whistling, speaking behind the scene like they are doing currently with Obi now. except that Kwakwaso have come out to counteract them. Galin Mandia has come out to counteract them, and Obasanjo has counteracted them. We are hoping this will stick. I'm going to wind everything up by saying that I already covered 2 points. One, Obi has a last dance, and if he doesn't exercise his franchise, we're going to be set back to primordial time. And I still predict that the first Obama's run, if he didn't win, they were going to set back America to 30 years in his first run. And in the second run, if he didn't win in the second term, they were going to set America back to 40 years, which was the time where the first slave arrived America. So I have a lot of information, and I'm talking between America and Nigeria. May God continue to bless Nigeria, and may God continue to bless the United States of America. Thank you all for coming in. Don't hesitate to give me the like, the subscription, make commentaries. Allow me to be able to be the next best thing that, like a white bread. Because I can use your help, but if you choose not to help me, you will be going down the tube instead of going forward. According to Dr. Chidi, he said that if you find yourself being depressed, the first thing to do is that you keep moving on, keep doing stuff. Don't stop. Get it, don't stop. But at the same time too, if you start doing something for other people, it will give you a leg up. I'm going to kind of wind this down by saying that I want to quote somebody that I saw his message online today. And his name is Dr. Charles Aboki. And what he said was that, he said, he who has more to lose should always run away from trouble initiated by those who has nothing to lose. I know that it was the basis on which Blowhard won that election with African American by telling them that, what do you have to lose? And I don't know how that plays up to them. I thought that was an insult, but they didn't take it that way. All they took it was that they were jealous of Kamala Harris as a woman, and not only that, I think they felt very, very strongly that he was not married to a black person. He dated the mayor of San Francisco, and they said that when he was dating him, he was only dating him to be able to boost his career. I think no matter what women does, this men world is not ever going to ever help at all. That is why my channel starts from questioning the minds of the omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscience, because I believe women were the omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscience, because they're the one that can carry children to 9 months. Other than that, I also believe that they were deceived because the men lied to them, and they themselves believe in the lies themselves. I don't know how that happened, but at the present tomorrow, things have changed around, and women are now the one running the show. And I'm waiting. I can't wait for somebody like Aisha Yusufu to become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, or to wait for Kamala Harris to run in the second time. I think Aisha Yusufu, I think she was born in Kano or something like that in the north. And she can go to the north now and go and run as a president from over there if Kwakwaso doesn't want to run. I want to thank you all for coming in, and I want to thank you all for watching this video. I love you guys, and may God continue to bless Nigeria. May God continue to bless the United States of America. In Benin, we'd never forget to say, Oba Latok Bere is Thank you.